When your baby looks at you, do you ever quietly wonder whether they actually know who you are yet? You hold them, you feed them, you whisper to them in the dark. And somewhere underneath all of it sits a fear most parents never say out loud. That to a newborn, you might just be one more warm shape, one more blurry face passing over the crib, a stranger they happen to depend on. Let that fear sit for a second, because it is about to fall apart completely. Because when you understand what researchers have actually found about what a baby knows and who a baby knows, the way you pick them up tonight is going to change. Most parents have no idea this is happening, which means they are missing something extraordinary unfolding in their own arms every single day. And the discovery at number 4 is the one that tends to stop people cold. Here is the uncomfortable part. You spend these early weeks terrified. You are not bonding fast enough, not reading them right, not enough. Meanwhile, your baby has already filed you away as something no one else in the world will ever be. You just could not hear them say it. So let us start with what your baby really senses when they turn toward you. 1. Your baby knew your voice before they ever saw your face. You probably assume the bond begins at birth, the moment they are placed on your chest. It does not. It begins months earlier, in the dark, before they had eyes that worked. Hearing is one of the first senses to come online in the womb, and by the 3rd trimester, a baby is already listening. In a landmark study, researchers found that newborns only hours old would actually change the rhythm of their sucking to hear a recording of their mother's voice over a stranger's. Think about what that means. A few hours into life with almost nothing else working yet, your baby already had a preference. And that preference was you. Not any human voice. Yours. The one that reached them through muscle and fluid and your own heartbeat for months. So, when your newborn settles the instant you start talking, that is not random comfort. They are recognizing the one sound they have known their entire existence. You were familiar before you were even visible. 2. Your baby finds you by scent, the way their whole body was built to. We treat smell like a minor sense, the one we would give up first. For a newborn, it is a lifeline. A baby's vision in those first days is famously poor, a blur of light and shadow that only sharpens over weeks. But their nose is already working with startling precision. Researchers have shown that newborns will reliably turn their head toward a breast pad carrying their own mother's scent and away from a stranger's. They can pick you out of a room by smell alone. And here's the part that gets people. When a distressed newborn is given something that carries their mother's odor, they tend to calm, cry less, settle faster. Your scent is not just pleasant to them, it is regulating. It tells their tiny nervous system the one thing it most needs to hear in a world that is suddenly loud and bright and cold. You are here. The right person is here. That smell you cannot even detect on yourself is, to your baby, the smell of safety itself. And if this is already shifting how you see those quiet moments with your baby, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, because everything here is built on what the research actually shows, not on what we assume a baby feels. There is one coming up that changes how you will think about every single time your face goes blank. 3. Out of everything in the world, your baby's eyes hunt for a face, and yours becomes the face. When a newborn's vision finally begins to focus, it lands at almost exactly the distance between your face and theirs when you hold them to feed. That is not a coincidence. Researchers studying newborns just minutes and hours old found that babies will track a simple face-like pattern more than the same features scrambled out of order. Before they understand anything, they are already pulled toward faces. They come into the world looking for us. And it does not stay generic for long. Studies have found that within just days, infants begin to prefer their own mother's face over an unfamiliar one. Your baby is doing quiet, relentless work, stitching your voice and your smell and the shape of your face into a single person, the most important person. So when your baby locks onto your eyes and goes still, holding your gaze with an intensity that almost unsettles you, that is not a reflex. That is a brain assembling the answer to who is mine, and it keeps choosing you. 4. Your baby is reading your face so closely that when it goes blank, it breaks something in them. This is the one. Decades ago, a researcher named Edward Tronick ran an experiment that is still difficult to watch. A mother plays warmly with her baby, the two of them lit up, trading expressions back and forth. Then, on cue, she stops. Her face goes flat. Still, unresponsive, and the baby notices almost instantly. First, they double their effort, smiling harder, reaching, pointing, doing everything in their small repertoire to call the mother back. When that fails, they fall apart. They turn away, they squirm, they cry. In under 2 minutes, a happy baby unravels, simply because the face they were reading went empty. It is called the still face paradigm, and it has been repeated countless times. Here is what it proves, and why it lands so hard. Your baby is not a passive passenger waiting to be fed. They are an active partner in a conversation, and they expect you to answer. Every time you respond to their coo, their reach, their gaze, you are completing a circuit they are desperately trying to build. Researchers call it serve and return, and the back and forth literally helps shape the architecture of their developing brain. You are not just keeping them alive, you are wiring them. And here is the gentle truth tucked inside that fear you are feeling right now. No parent answers every single time, and you are not supposed to. The repair, the moment you come back and reconnect after looking away, matters more than never looking away at all. So you are not failing them by being human. You are teaching them that even when connection breaks, it comes back. If you ever do notice your baby consistently not engaging, not seeking your face or your eyes at all over time, that is simply worth a calm conversation with your pediatrician, not a reason to panic. There is one last discovery that ties all of this together, and once you hear it, everything before it clicks into place. 5. You are not just a person your baby loves. You are the nervous system they do not have yet. A newborn cannot calm themselves down. They cannot regulate their own stress, their own heart rate, their own flood of cortisol when the world overwhelms them. They borrow yours. Researchers who measured mothers and babies at the same time found something most people never realize is happening. Across close contact, their rhythms begin to coordinate. Heartbeats fall into step. Even the bonding hormone oxytocin rises in parent and baby together, the same chemistry that runs underneath the deepest human attachments. Let that sit for a moment. When you hold your baby against your chest and their breathing slows to match yours, that is not poetry. It is documented, measurable biology. You are physically lending them a calm they cannot produce alone. This is the deep reason a baby will scream in a perfectly clean, perfectly fed, perfectly warm state and go quiet the instant the right person picks them up. It was never only about hunger or temperature, it was about you. Their body has not yet learned to steady itself, so it reaches for the one body it already trusts to do it. And this is what all of it has been building toward. Researchers who study how babies bond describe something they call a secure base. As infants grow, they begin to use one specific person as their anchor, the fixed point they check back to before they dare explore anything new. They will crawl a little way out into the world, then look back to find you. And only if you are there does the world feel safe enough to keep going. You are not background to your baby's life. You are the foundation underneath all of it. The voice they knew before sight, the scent that means safety, the face they assembled out of a blur, the unfinished nervous system they plug into to survive. This is not sentiment, and it is not you projecting love onto a baby too small to return it. Your baby has been answering you in the only language they have since the day they were born. You simply did not know you were being told. So, the next time that fear creeps in, the one that whispers you are a stranger fumbling through this, that you are not enough, look down at the small person in your arms and understand what they have been saying all along. You are not one more face to them. You are the voice that was there before the light. You are the scent that turns fear back into calm. You are the heartbeat they set their own by. You are not a stranger to your baby. You are the first, the safest, the entire world they have ever known. If this gave you a new way of seeing those quiet moments with your baby, do one thing before you go. Drop a comment telling us which of these 5 hit you hardest, and subscribe so the next one finds you. Because the more you understand what your baby is telling you, the more of it you will finally be able to hear. And nothing in the world is more worth hearing.